Hello. Mini stream. We are working on companions. I've been absent the past like 5 days because I've been kind of staying up late. I've been a little obsessed with this system, but I think we're making pretty good progress. So you guys get a sneak peek at the companion system. Let me in. All right, let's move that up there. Good, so there are no issues. Kind of rearrange everything. Looking good. All right. I love water walking. It's so good. There we go. All right, let's summon our companion. There we go. Let's see, what was I testing? Ranged. Let's pull out a sentry. After 10 seconds, he should stop trying to seek. Okay, there he is. Good. That's what I just fixed. It's frustrating not having a ranged attack, huh, buddy? Maybe I should give it like some kind of ranged attack. Dismiss. Let's summon you here. Let's get rid of polymorphs. Oh wait, shit. You can cast slow on your minion. Damn, it's more like root, isn't it? Although it is labeled as a buff. So that's fun. Sorry, buddy. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. Keep regeneration. Get rid of that. Alright, let's buff you with regeneration. Let's give you this and this. That. Here, well. Alright, let's do a quick reload here. So you should still have a quiver. Yep. Good, so that saves. put you on aggro. Stay. Let's grab temperance. Here we go. Make him a little beefier because he's got no armor right now. Here we go. Give you a quick heal. So interesting. The stay command doesn't make you guard the area. I think I want to change that. Maybe. I don't know. Is that really a problem? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should stay mean I guard this area, or stay as in it doesn't follow you? I don't know. I think it would be a little too much to make it. I don't know. It would be a lot of work. Because I would have to. When you click stay, right? When you click stay, I would have to take a positional, like, snapshot. That way it's like a leashed, you know, like, area he, like, runs back to. So, like, for aggro, right? Like, if it's all the way over here, he runs over, right? Does his attacks and everything. There you go, buddy. Right? And then after that, he would have to say, oh, okay, now run this out. Maybe it wouldn't have to be an AI task. Maybe it could be after I could tap into, like, after successfully killing something. Or if it no longer has, like, the aggro target, then it would try to run back to that position. Now, what happens if that position is no longer there? Right? Is he gonna just keep trying to run back to a place he can't get to, making it look kind of choppy? I don't know. I don't know. I gotta change the run animation. Because, like, when you have the sword, like, it goes in your head. Or in his head. See if I could do that now. Balanced run. So it would be here. It's the left arm. Let's go for the right. So that's the upper, right? And that's going to be the lower. We set up a rotation here. Maybe I can do something like that. Let's save. Reload. So it still kind of glitches into his head. So instead of that, now what if I take this and rotate it like 30, we'll do like 30%. That way it's it's not like upright the whole time, right? It can look like he's, you know, it's like across you. And I gotta make like a golem type too. Like a generic one. I don't think everyone's gonna want a skeleton for their companion. Not everyone's Vice. Okay, that run looks a lot better. Good job, Bubba. Smart. I have lava walking, he does not. I should probably put water walking and lava walking on him. There we go. Oh, the new channeling rings. Kind of curious. Here, let's have you stay. All right, so what happens if it's something like this? Will the AI know enough to know he's got water walking and he will have a path, you know, through? Oh, of course, he just teleports. Here, what if I turn off lava walking on myself and I jump over? Oh, cool. All right. I love it. Man, lava walking's working really well. Cool, cool. Let me put it back on myself. Get rid of those. Oh, let me test night vision. Let me make sure I got that working again. Game mode 2. Here we go. Make it nice and dark. There we go. That is better. I picked this color because if anyone's played EverQuest 2, there was the like ultrasonic vision, like the, you know, that you could put on yourself, the buff to be able to like see, and it was this kind of purple. It would change like everything purple, but then you could see everything. So I just wanted to make sure that works. Why? Okay, so this guy was a little too far away to get that buff. This buff is kind of useless for him though. Take off night vision, time set day. What are you doing? Oh, it's on aggro right now. So he must... Oh, he's trying to attack this guy and he can't get to it. Guard. There we go. Right, so I put him in aggro, and he's gonna try and get to him. Yeah, see, he's not following me anymore. He's like, I don't know what to do. Should be after 10 seconds, though. Well, I guess technically, soon as so for aggro, it may stop him cold. But if I were to hit him right now, he's considered in aggro mode. So after 10 seconds, he will stop trying to pursue that target. There we go, and run back to me. Excellent. You're doing a good job, sir. Okay, let's try to dismiss you. Summon you again, and then let's make sure. Yep, so that gets preserved. This guy actually has a couple inventories, because I initially had this as his personal inventory, and then I would try to do like the primary, the offhand, right, the upgrade cores, which I actually want to be visible on the chest, because I think that looked kind of cool. Not only would it boost their health and everything, but it would be like a core on the chest. But then I started to use, you know, this system to directly put things on and off. Oh, dude, wait a minute. Can this work? No! I was hoping. Alright, let's fix that. Fuck that. This is, We're gonna make all of the summoned weapons stuff that you can equip. Vintage story assets, survival. You know, actually, I don't need to go that deep. I can just look at this. I'll say weapon magical. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll make my own category. I'm not going to piggyback this off of anything else. Right, tool blade. So this needs to be an attribute. Axe, hoe, knife, pickaxe, saw, shovel. Item types, spells, summoned. Arrow bag, here we go, elemental weapon. Add this to the attributes. This is going to be weapon magical. And I don't think I need anything else. I could just use this. Copy. Ultimate weapon. And then the regular. Let's turn shuffle on. How much more time do I have? I got a little bit more time. All right, Bubba. Hey! Ah, lame. That's okay. Let's go into... it's an entity... behavior... companion. Here we go. If this is now I have to think about this, right? Because this works for all the other tools in the game. Let me look at something new. File open. Shapes, items, tools. Okay, spells. Summoned items. And let's look at this ultimate weapon, right? So that is the position there. Let's open up a second one of these. Because this may just be me having to change the position here. Maybe. File open. Let's go to vintage story, assets, survival. Shapes. Item. Tool. Blade. Oh, so that's why it's like that. So technically the handle, the middle part, should be down here. See, I had it all set to where the handle was like in the middle. The vintage story has it down there. Ooh. Now, how do I fix this? Right? How do I fix this? Do I bite the bullet and just adjust everything to meet the standard for vintage story? Or do I not do that? Right? Because if that's the case, this would have to move down like that. Which should put it in the entity's hand. I may have to push it down a little bit. Right? Do I write up code to say, hey, look, it's weapon magical. Use this orientation instead? Yeah, see, now I put it in, but it's still a little too far over, right? So technically, this probably sits too high. Actually doesn't. It's either too high or too low. So we're going to try high first. So I think it may be too high up. Yeah, see, so it probably needs to get bumped up like one or two more. Right, but then it means that with it in my hand, right, I'd have to change this. Yeah, it sits in my hand weird now. So let's look at maybe this is something I should do. You know, fix it so it's the same as like the stuff in Vintage. But watch, at 1.23 they're going to change it. After I do all this work, they'll end up changing something. I guess that's life, right? So let's take a look at this. Right, so that would be changing the translations here. So I'll move that over. Is this the ultimate weapon? Nope. Which one? Okay, so it would be this guy. So I don't think offhand is even a thing anymore. I think that's old. I mean, it would give me a chance to clean this stuff up. This one is for both offhand and main hand, and then that one would be... like that. There we go, that's better. And then there would be the ground transform. But see, like, each one's slightly different. So I would probably come up with one generic. Like that. And now the GUI. Copy. I think I could just get rid of all of this. Do that, then get rid of all of this. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Reload. Husky, is it an attachment point on the skeleton that's too far forward, maybe? Have only messed with the modeler a little bit. Well, the funny thing is, I'm using the rideable accessories stuff from Vintage Story. They're piping. They need a second pass on it. It doesn't matter what kind of attachment point, like your pivot or position or angle, rotation, anything like that, on the attachment point for the model. None of that matters at all. It's kind of... I don't like that. But you know what? It's kind of the same though, right? Yeah, so it's limited with the attachment points. It's limited. Yeah, see, and it's still over a little too far on like the default. And I'll show you here. So if I were to... Wonder how many of these I can have open at a time before it all just, like, dies. I mean, give it a try. Rustbound sources, Rustbound assets, Rustbound shapes, entities, companions, skeletal warrior. Right, so we are looking at this attachment point, the right hand, which is that guy right there, right? So you would think I could just do that, right? And it would shift the whole thing over. All right, then we save and load. I'm really hoping to prove myself wrong because I did this all yesterday and none of this works. Like, you can't eject anything. It's really weird because, like, the position and rotation and everything is held in the item, which means for some of this stuff, if you want something custom that already exists in the game, you're patching it in. See, it didn't move it at all. Like, it's still Z-fighting a little there. Didn't do anything. Still off to one side too much. I'm gonna undo that. I don't think this is the way. I'm gonna put this back. Because, like, everything else I have is, like, already set for what I'm trying to do here. Okay, let's get it back to this, right? Give it the tag. Yeah, it's a whole different realm. I have no clue about the mount stuff. Yeah. And I was playing around, right? Like, and the way I'm orienting things is I created my own writable accessories where I can inject, like, you know, the XYZ kind of access there. But, you know, now we're running into something, so I'm gonna have to maybe find a way that says, hey, if it's this code, right, this category code. And to do that, why don't I take a look here? Let's create something here. This is probably going to be a string. I'll say right hand category code. Copy paste. Wait, I can't do this. Because it's looking at this stuff, right? It's seeing the right hand transform. Right? And then a subdivision of that. Nah, Shay, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Entity shape, right hand. See, now, none of this... Let's take a look here. There's something in here that will allow me to... Maybe it's attachable. Behavior can ride, can turn. Maybe it's this. Where I need to go into the item itself and then look at the attributes for it. Let me try this. Initialize. technically it would have to be this, right? So I would go through the inventory. Although it doesn't have to be the whole inventory, right? This would... I'm wondering how the inventory is separated out. I'm gonna do this, and then I will say if item... inventory dot get slot ID or slot, right? If this does not equal 0, I think 0. Here, let's do item. Technically, this should be slot. That would read better. I'll kind of branch this up a little bit. So if this has... Right, we would be looking at something like that. Got caught up in an ad. Tighter, you said, good morning. Yeah, I did. Doing well, working on mods similar to you, actually. Oh, yeah? What are you working on specifically? I am intrigued. Right, so an attribute, it would have to be attachable to entity, right? And... this attribute attachable to entity dot is true. Right, and then this would be category code. I've never tried to pull something out quite like this, so I'm just winging it. This could be great. This could be complete and utter garbage. Dot as string. Default will be just an empty string. Or instead of doing things like that, right, I could do string.empty. I'm trying to break myself of like some of my old habits. Like, for instance, I never knew for Windows, right? Like the standard for an enum is to actually use capitalization. I never knew. Never knew. On my progression mod trades and callings and mastery, I go by VN. Oh, cool. So what did you see what I am working on here with my companions? Attacking of companions right now. So working on magic stuff. Oh, and I just this morning I got a new rendering kind of system in to where I could render things in the world, which is how I can get an effect like this, right? Like the little dimensional tears and stuff. So when you summon your entity, right, it's like they come out of the crack. Now, right now, it's kind of basic, you know, black inside, purple, you know, outside. I want it to be more like a Rust World kind of themed. Eventually, I would love to create, like, another dimension and have it be like the rust dimension. Eventually. But yeah, right now we got the old skeletal warrior. I want to make like a skeletal mage. I started to lay out the foundation for golems. So there's going to be a golem chest, and they're going to be like little one block kind of clay golems, and they're going to be like workhorses, right? You'll be able to give it an axe and put a bunch of like saplings or seeds in, right? And then within its area, it will plant trees and, you know, harvest the trees and put the blocks in the chest for you within the area. Or you could give it a hoe and like a watering can and like seeds, and it can like farm for you, you know, things like that. Magic automation. That's been my kick. That's really sick. Yeah. I need another model. Not everyone's gonna want skeleton for a companion. At first I was being lazy with it, and I was like, well, this could be tier 3, right? Because the lore of the game is that some, like, you know, Jonas, right, saw through, made contact with the rust world. The rot is like expanding, right? People are like dying, blah blah blah, right? So the idea is you're like, this skeleton came from the rust world, right? This is one of the many people that disappeared, and I can give him a random name. And actually, if I go that route, I want to put your name as one of the random names that it could pop up as. You know, that it's like you make a contract with your old body, since like we become seraphs and we have a seraph body. Maybe our original like decayed body is like in the rust world, right? And then that's your companion. But not everyone's gonna want skeleton, even if I try to sell it as lore, you know, because not everyone likes necromancer, not everyone is Vice. So I gotta come up with like a generic kind of golem. We made some tweaks to Rustbound for my server when running alongside TMC. Been really fun working on gated progression unlocks with Rustbound. So the version I'm on right now is the alpha version for the new update. I pretty much, like, the major systems, I broke them right down to the bones. The buff system got a complete overhaul. I wrote it with the idea that Vintage Story is not going to change anything major in the way their game runs. So it's kind of like it's more tolerant to those UDP kind of, you know, here's the packet for a buff wearing off. You didn't get it, I'm not resending it kind of stuff. So the buff list, the actual like effects list, that was completely redone. Everything is like chef's kiss. So because I don't want to wait for Vintage Story to put in their own, so I just decided to do it. You know, the cast bar, like everything's like accurate now, like optimized. I got a whole new particle system. I don't use the dummy, you know, spell entities anymore for particles. Now it's like there are different systems. One's like positional based particles. One is entity based particles. I got a whole new rendering system. I've enhanced. I've cracked the code on shaders. So here we go. Oh yeah, there's the Nexus now. Nexuses are pretty cool. Here, why don't you stay right there, buddy? Better yet, let's just dismiss you. You'll be able to put these on walls and stuff. I rewrote the ley line connection system. Now you can have multiple things, you know, like connect to a single provider. And the new Nexuses are cool because you could just hot swap. Oh, this is one of the old ones. There we go. So, like, you know, you can like hot swap stuff. So if I pull out, I rewrote the whole resonator code as well. It's a heck of a lot better, right? So I can do that, do that, do that, and see right now it's considered generic because there's no lacrima. As soon as you put it in, it updates everything, and then you can craft multiple things from the same source. Portals. right? The gateways, like, that's what the gateways look like now. If there is no destination, right, or there's you know, if there's nothing in or no destination, that's what the portals look like. You can directly just like place the keystones on. This is still the old stuff, right? And then, like, you know, when you activate something and it's valid, it, you know, it looks like that. Like, a lot of quality of life stuff. This has been redesigned as well. It was very... I had a lot of aggressive stuff where like this, even though it was like considered like working with the portals, it would not, it was still calling a lot of structural stuff. So yeah, that was a pretty big bump and improvement. Geez, like what else? Like a lot of this stuff has been improved. Suspiciously Stargate-looking portal. Oh, yeah? It's because of the ripples, huh? Actually, I wanted to, like, where the white is on the outside there, I want to put in magic runes, kind of like that, you know, on the outside. This actually says something, by the way. Oh, that says something. Oh, night vision. Let's turn night vision off. Zeros. Yeah, so this a lot of stuff. I figured out rendering though. I got new spells. Like Gravity Well's a pretty cool one. Black Hole. And see how it like warps the stuff? Like I thought that was a pretty nice, like, look at it. Like it's like eating the block, but it's not. A lot of stuff. I actually want to put that kind of warping effect on, like, when you summon. Whoops. When you summon something. Like, I want, like, a warping effect. Oh, it's getting sucked into the black hole. Dismiss. So, yeah, like, I went all out with this. There are numerous other things that I added. More spells. Polymorph is in. Polymorph is pretty cool. Yeah. It's a lot. A lot of stuff. Looks amazing. Looking forward to the release. The art side is definitely my weakest. Yeah. My weak point is, I would have to, if I put it in order now, it would have to be modeling and then textures after that. And it's not, I don't think I'm bad at modeling. It's just that it takes me forever, right? Like, I am happy with the way the skeleton looks. I actually have angry brows that are like inside this guy's head right now. But I think he looks all right. And I think the animations are all right too. Here, follow me, buddy. I think that looks okay. I mean, you know, here, let's trade out the weapon. There you go. I think that looks all right. I had to redo, not only for the buff system, I had to redo the list and the calculations. You see here that there's infinite buffs as well. I migrated the debuff system over as well. All the shaders are optimized there. Like, a lot of the stuff is server authoritative now, which is chef's kiss. Your companions can be buffed, right? So if I put on swiftness, like swiftness 2, right? So this is our run speed now. So he has swiftness 2 as well, right? So it's pretty baller, pretty baller. Lava walking and water walking are fun. I don't think fly is gonna work with this guy. You know, that's another thing too. I need to try to, anything that's an AoE spell may, like, it can be applied, but it may not actually work. Like Temperance does. Regeneration does. You can, And I am actually setting up a system here to where I want these guys to be able to have a toolkit based on, like, the skeletal warrior. He should have a shield bash that acts like a stun, and like maybe a power strike. If this guy, like a skeletal mage, you know, I would want him to be able to equip a staff and, you know, maybe shoot fireballs and stuff. Those I redid those shaders too. Remember the old issue where there would be a stutter when these guys would attack? It's not the case anymore. Now it's smooth as butter. Oh, he hit my minion. Get him. Oh, there we go. Good job, buddy. No, it's because of the 6 chevron looking stuff around the portal. What do you mean? Oh, thank God I had Temperance on. Honestly, I've never seen Stargate. Like, I know of it, I've never watched the show. So you're talking about the stairs? Right? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that would be 8. Talk about like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that would be 8. I don't know what the 6 chevron stuff is. Whoops, did not mean to run into it. Ah! Let me up! There we go. I love water walking. Like, look at this. Look at how cool this is. Alright, let's fly up here. The chevrons are the holders with the runes. You talking about this? Or are you talking about these? The runestones? There's 4 of them, though. Maybe... Oh, you're not talking... See, I think I'm harping on number here. You're talking about, like, the runes, then, right? I don't know, maybe that's why I thought of the idea? I don't know. Oh, look at these two little touches. The temporal runes will actually, like, they sparkle now. Oh gosh, like there's just so many things that I've changed. I redid the system, equipment. There we go. We'll maybe pull. There we go. Get this right. So before, you had to like stop sneaking for the spell to take effect. Now, that's not the case anymore, right? So you can stay crouching. Man, I need some haste equipment, right? And you can like shoot your fireball or whatever. Then you can go right into like the next spell right away, or the next spell, or the next spell, right? The new rendering rings here. Right now, I think most of them are white. I need to pipe in different colors, but it's a custom effect now. It no longer... Here, let me pull up a wand. That way I can move and cast with transmutation. Alright, so this is the new transmutation one. See, it, like, follows you a lot better. Before, like, there was, like, that lag, because it was, like, another entity that I was putting on top. Bzz. Yeah, I've optimized the particles as well. Like, when I redid the particle system, some of the stuff I didn't realize it was very aggressive with the particles. So in the space where one particle would be, to make the appearance of a glow, old past Vice would stack particles instead of just changing like the vertex flags and, you know, like the transparency and stuff. Like I was doing some weird stuff, so I kind of unclogged that whole thing. The new version's like bananas. It's close to 300 changes now. 300 documented changes. so many changes that I had to put it back to alpha for testing, for play testing purposes. But it's fun. It is fun. I do need a generic like summon. I think I want the skeleton to be like an option for a companion. But I think I need to make like a golem or something. Because not everyone's going to want the skeleton. Little skeleton boy. Oh, transmutation does damage. Like, you could use it on creatures. Like, I don't know if that's in the current version. I've been in the alpha so long. I had to redo the whole packet system as well. The synchronous packets between client and server for, like, the configs. That has been cleaned up and is a heck of a lot better. Lot of stuff. Lot of stuff. There, let's turn off regeneration. See, I would like the, like, to get the skeleton. I think it would be cool to throw bones out and then, like, cast the spell on bones. Right? And it would eat up the bones and assemble it. Or if it's like a corpse like this, right? You get, like, a carcass. And then you could, like, maybe cast the spell on that and it would create the minion. Yeah, so right now, I'm still hammering out the companion system. It is definitely going to be the more complex of the three systems that I want to put in for mages. But I think it's just about there. This guy is pretty basic. He can only melee. Can't do much else, right? He can melee, he can follow, he has basic AI here. He's buffable. Persistent. If this guy dies, he'll drop everything he has. But if you just dismiss him, right, he will... You could summon him back with all of his equipment. That was a big thing. Another big thing is, like, when you reload, to be able to take a snapshot of the minion, the inventory... You know, the buffs on the minion, because in a multiplayer server, when you log out, your minion needs to go with you, right? Your companion, right? So to be able to preserve everything, including timestamps, right? Because the world could still keep ticking. So I had to redo that whole, like, persistent buff system, right? So, like, when I spawn back in the world, I respawn this guy. There we go. Let me hit him a little bit. I don't want to kill him. There we go. I could just hit him with this a couple times. Right? So he's low on health, right? So I could dismiss him. Because I'm trying to make it to where you don't want this guy to die, right? And he comes back out with his health. So this is definitely, like, your specific companion. It's definitely cool. Love it. I'm thinking for the generic one, maybe I could make it look kind of like the drone. Like a version of the drone where maybe it's not so bulky. Right? Like maybe the arms are a little shorter. And it would be more like a generic, like rock. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be like enchanted stone colored. Right? Something like that. So I'm thinking this is going to be... So, right, the companion is one aspect of it. I also want to add minions, like attacking minions, that you don't necessarily have control over. Their default would be to guard and to follow. And they would stay out for like X amount of minutes or 60 seconds or whatever. And it would be like Swarm, right? To where maybe you would have like a summoning staff. And that's where you could summon your companion. Or you could summon, you know, like your companion, like maybe there are like 10 points that each mage has. And a companion will take up like 3 or 4 of those points. And then the other spells, you know, that you can maybe get through research and stuff would summon, like if it's a drone, maybe it's like a single point, right? And it's like a weak little, you know, just harassing ground entity. But maybe the sentry type, right? Something that flies and does range, maybe that's 2 or 3, right? Depending on how powerful it is. Oh yeah, I made these guys immune to fire and lava. Forgot about that. So, you know, like, but, you know, you'll have those, like, you know, just, like, attacking, you know, things. And then you'll have, like, the true golems, which are, like, you know, automation workhorse guys. Love me some particles. My big fear of it looking like an elemental is my teammates panic stabbing it during a fight. Yeah, that's why it's not going to look exactly like an elemental, right? Like I'm saying, it won't have a lower half like legs, or maybe it could have legs. Like I guess I could make it have legs, but it's going to be a more compact. It's going to be like a stone golem, right, instead of a skeleton. And then this skeleton's going to be like an option that you can have, right, for your companion. And this is the basic warrior. Really, warrior shouldn't be the name for it. This is just the basic skeleton. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this system. Oops. Right, because like I would like to get like a core here. To where you can equip it and it would be like armor without me having to go through the hell of you know, overlaying like another model on top for equipment, right? But you can pop the core in and maybe it turns the, you know, it increases the health by like 50 points. It makes it melee attack, you know, 50% faster. You know, or if you put in another core. And right, let's do this. Gravity well can go, night vision can go. All right, maybe you can have a bow on. Wow, look at that, huh? No idea what just happened. Here, we'll dismiss you and bring you back. What happened? It's like it did a texture shift or something. What the heck? There was no errors that came up either. What the hell? Make it just the legs. That's what happens to the bottom part of the drones. Well, it's got to hold something. It's not going to hold it between its toes. But yeah, the goal is these things are going to look unique enough to where... Oh, it's probably the fucking bow. Yeah, look, the texture, like the texture mapping's all weird. Is there something weird with the longbow? Yeah. It's the fucking longbows doing something. Just get the regular bow. Here's simple bow. There, we'll reload. Right, because right now I can put a quiver on these guys and a bow, but it doesn't have any AI tasks to actually use the bow. You know, like, but you know, that was my idea, right? Like tier 3, you're gonna have like a moon well or a sun well or, you know, some kind of like block. You know, and it's probably gonna be like it's gonna be like some kind of block where you will make the contract with your minion, right? That's where the golems and stuff are gonna come in. Oh, look at that. See, so that works, but that doesn't. I think I'm gonna have to try and expand this. Oh yeah, I never did anything with this. I have no idea if this is even working. Let's do armor references dot logger. I'll say code equals. Tell me what that is. Code equals nothing. Let's make it not null. We'll make it a 1. So it's definitely getting this. Oh, it's okay, so it's definitely getting this far. Say init. Oh, you know what? Let me stop because we're gonna rebuild. Let me in. So I'm gonna have to make it to where you can't hold the longbow. Screws up with the textures, right? But I don't know what the progression's going to look like for these companions. You know, like, should companions have, like, be different entities? Is that how it should work? Right? Where you start off with, like, the basic companion. And then through whatever stuff I make you do through the Moonwell, right? Crafting the bigger, you know, Animus core to make it stronger. You know, a variant type. Like, maybe this guy is good because he can only have, like, swords, right? A Faux. Or a summoned weapon. And maybe no shield, right? Maybe just like a lantern that he can hold for like a light source. And then that's the basic with no backslot, right? Just like a simple minion. And then the next stage would be to turn it into either a warrior, which would be able to hold a shield, right? It can have like the taunt ability, but it would be a separate entity, right? And then I can make the model look a little more imposing, right? Or you could go the route and be like, I want my companion to be a mage, right? And then you can equip a staff on it, right? Put the Animus core in that will give it, you know, faster cast times or more max mana. You know, something like that. And then maybe it can't use a shield, right? Maybe it can use a focus for like mana regen or, you know, something like that. And yeah, maybe that would be better instead of like, okay, here's like the one minion, and then just get items to like equip in various spots on the minion, and then you're good to go, right? Like I feel like that's not going to feel as full. But floating eyeballs and theoretical leg monsters aside, as long as the summon doesn't make non-mages around me feel redundant, I'm really looking forward to seeing these things. Yeah. I mean, right now, the attack power... Here we go. Let's get a wolf. It's equivalent to the equipment, right? Like, what's equipped. So if I do aggro, this guy's gonna hit like a truck. I gotta fix that. Come on, buddy. If I stop it a little bit. It's laying down. Think you could hit it now? Interesting. I've never tried it with the admin sword. There we go. It's like confused now. I did my best. There we go. Wake it up a little bit. Huh, so it looks like melee attack is no longer working. Great. That's probably why it was... So what changed? Is it the bow? I wonder if the bow screwed something up. Because what happens? I look at the damage. Doesn't the bow damage come from, like, arrows in a weird calculation? Okay, now there it goes. Okay, so now... What if I give you that weapon? Interesting. It's like this does no damage. Oh, it did 1 damage. I was gonna say, I thought I made it to where, like, what it's supposed to do, if it has no weapon right now, then it's gonna punch it, right? See, and it punches it. This thing's gonna die, right? There it goes, dead. Did I just eat? Let's get rid of the quiver. Let's get rid of the bow. Grab that. Summon you again. Right? Like, it just punches. And each one of those punches does, like, 2 points of damage. It's, like, pathetically low. But if you put on a weapon like this, right? It would slash for, like, 5.3 damage. Technically, what it does is it takes the 5.3 with the tier, and then it also takes the initial 2 points of damage because it's a tier 0 punch, right? So if it's a tier 2 wolf, then it's gonna be like 5.8, right? Because it's gonna take that 2 damage and scale it down because it's a tier 0 attack, right? So by equipping something like this where the damage is 300, right? So each swing is going to be 300 of that damage plus the, you know, the punch. I think I need to set the distance a little further. Let's give it a try. I didn't like how that felt. Let's go into AI tasks. Melee. Let's put this minimum distance of 1.5. Maybe I need to do a min distance and a max distance. Maybe that's it. Because I think there is a max distance. Right, so it's got to be within that sweet spot there. Wolf just slightly walking away. Yeah, I think it just has to do with distance, right? It's seeking to a certain point, and then it's stopping to seek because it arrives. And then I think maybe it's moving just far enough away to where the melee wasn't going through, right? Like it wasn't attacking. Because it was just going out of range. See, now it's not going to do it. So, do I have these reversed? I wonder if maybe that needs to be there. Let me get rid of the max stuff, right? There he goes. Oh. Couldn't quite heal him. Alright, buddy. You get in there. Aggro. One hit. Alright, so let's put you back on guard. Let's let that guy lazily walk away. Aggro. There we go. So that must be what it was. I needed to just up this value here. See, now it's too easy. Here, let's take the admin sword out of your hand. Let's give you that. Let's give you regeneration so you heal over time. Let's give you temperance as well. And let's give you stone skin. Stone skin 2, that should also help mitigate damage. And fuck it, we'll give you swiftness. Here, I will remove that from myself. See, and you can heal your minions. There we go. Right, so this is my thought, right? This is why I rewrote a lot of these systems, because I knew I wanted to add a companion system. I knew I also wanted NPCs to be able to cast spells. It means I can start adding, like, evil wizards and stuff as well. But this... Oh, I removed swiftness from... There we go. I just want to remove swiftness from myself, right? Guard. Alright, so you got all those wolves, right? Go in there. Be somebody. Because I can envision this, right? Like... Oh, I could heal the wolf. Right, but I think it would be cool to, like, have them protect an area, right? Like, stand outside my yard, equip them, right, with armor, and then have them, like, attack anything that gets too close. I think that would be cool. That's what I envision with these guys. Welcome back, buddy. Here we go. Right, you would have more defense. Regeneration. I think I want to change temperance. I think I want it to be more... I don't want it to be like a static value anymore. I think I want it to be like a percentage-based thing, right? So maybe it gives you 50% more health. Alright, got regeneration. Pop temperance on you. Swiftness. You're on guard. Right, so he's outside your door and you tell him, alright, aggro. Oh, I never gave him a weapon! One shot. Oh, the wolf fell in there, alright. Oh, wait. Put you back in guard. There you go, lava walking. Okay, now aggro. Oh, he's trying to get into that wolf. There you go, buddy. Look at him go. Taking everybody out one shot. See, that's why I think it would be nice if the stay would like make him stay in place, you know, like where he would leash back to, you know, to that spot. Because if you have him outside your door, this guy could end up like on a hill somewhere because he just went through and wrecked everything that he saw. Which means guard, right? Like this may have to change a little bit, right? Maybe it needs to be like follow, stay, and like leash or protect, or you know what I mean? Something like that. That way I still give you the ability to like have him stay in place without leashing back to a spot. Or better yet, why bother? I should probably make stay, have it to where it like leashes to a spot. Admin sword on that thing is funny, yeah, right? Like it's a beast. It's doing 300 point like 8 damage. Maybe more depending on if it's attacking a tier 0 rabbit with its tier 0 fist attack. But that opens up other things too, right? Like I can make elemental gauntlets so it could do like fire punches and stuff. Like this system, I made it very, very robust. And I really think I want to give it a random name. Just like have like a random name generator. And then your name could be one of the names, right? So maybe you could pull your own corpse from the void. Either that, or maybe I should have it generate a random name, and then make it have a way to like, you know, where you can name your own minion, your own companion. Maybe. Follow me. Guard me. Nice. Alright, guys. Let's find someone to raid. I'm kinda hungry. So what do you guys think of this new system? You think it's good? You like it? Does it feel right? Like I'm on the right track? I've been putting stuff in the Discord, and only a couple people have been like saying anything about it. I'm like, I thought this was cool shit, and like people are like not even responding. Makes me think no one wants this. Maybe I should just disable the spell, put it back in the vault. Let's tuck it back away. Maybe we can ask Santa for it this year. What do you think? Oh, EverQuest Legends. Forgot about that. I gotta play that a little bit. Who's playing Vintage Story? Super excited for the golem / pets. Yeah. I think it's looking pretty cool. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, I think Spetsy, I'm going to create like the next alpha, and it's gonna have all of this. You'll have to admin in the summon skeleton spell. You know, you'll have to admin that in yourself. But you should be able to, you know, summon the persistent pet with it and equip it and, you know, dismiss and stuff. Until I figure out what the gameplay loop is going to look like between companions, golems, and like the limited, you know, time combat pets, minions. Maybe I'll call them minions. Right, so golems, companions, and minions. Boop. All right, everyone. Who is playing Vintage Story? Man, I am so tired. The past like 5 or 6 nights, I've been staying up super late working on all this stuff. It went from, like, you know, a messed up little thing to then I made it a rabbit, then I turned it into the rabbit of, you know, Carbonog, just for funsies, and then I made it, you know, a humanoid entity, and then I made it into the skeleton. It's been a process. And then each time, too, right? Like, they weren't persistent before, and it's like, oh, when you log out, I need to kill this, like, tear this down, save it, and then summon it again when you log back in, right? Oh, now it's got an inventory. Now I need to preserve the inventory. And it's got both versions of it, too. Like, this is the old inventory, right? Where it was, like, primary hand, offhand, and it was more, like, UI-based. And then I went to, like, this, right? You know, being able to just directly put things in. What she said. Boom! Okay. What do we got? It's gonna have to be someone new. Someone new. I guess we could, you know what? Let's just, let's raid Quixote. They're playing Scrap Mechanic. It looks like it's a pretty solid game. I almost regret returning it, but I remember it being just so boring. Boop. So yeah, I think I will, I'll push out the next alpha right after the stream here, then I'll get myself some food. That way I could start getting some feedback on the, you know, the way the pets feel. And then maybe, you know, like what buffs should work with the minions, like what makes sense. Here we go. Take swiftness off of both of us. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you're getting excited about the next update. If you want to try out the alpha, anyone who like does like subscribes on Twitch, you guys automatically get it. And I look for anyone who's like chatting in you know, like active in chat. Like I'll bring in people to be like, hey, would you like to try this? So if you want to try it, you know, hop into the Discord and, you know, let me see you talk a little bit. It's definitely, it's a lot better than the old version. I think, Spetsy, would you agree? It's more stable, solid. But that being said, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, adios, see you later. Absolutely more stable, my man. Bye everyone.